Bringing colour to a garden is one of the most amazing things you can do. Whilst it's often just Mother Nature doing her thing, we do have the ability to introduce some incredible colour. And springtime bulbs, they always do it so well. Of all the bulbs you can grow, the tulip has to be the spring flower queen, and anyone who has visited an event such as Floriada in Holland or witnessed the tulip fields in full bloom in person will know they are absolutely stunning. But how do you grow them successfully in an Australian garden? Grant Nixon is the head of Araluen Botanical Garden, and their spring tulip display has thrilled tens of thousands of people this year alone. To get the best results growing tulips, what have they got to do?
Start with good tulips. I mean, that's the best thing. The bigger the tulip is usually the better the flower.
So you're talking about the size of the bulb?
Size of the bulb,
yep.
Yeah. And then plant it in good soil, a very good high-quality potting mix. We put about 100 mils of soil in, a bit of slow release, about a 3-month slow release.
Yep.
Almost puts your bulbs straight on, but pack them in, and you get this lovely sort of almost vase effect of as they come out and flower.
One of the questions we get asked all the time is, actually, what do you do after the flowers are finished? How do you treat your tulips to get them to come on next year and flower?
What you need to do is cut the flowers off so that they don't try and set a seed pod, and then feed them using something like potato E to just feed the bulb and not the top. And you grow this right through to December if you can. Dig them, size them, sort them, and you want to store them somewhere where there's good airflow. So maybe stocking, onion bags, something like that. Don't put them where they're going to get too hot. They should be under about 20 degrees.
Right.
Bring them out in late March, put them in your crisper, and probably 6 to 8 weeks in the crisper, and then back in the ground.
Are there any pests or diseases you have to watch out with tulips?
We get a few aphids, but our biggest problem would be botrytis. It tends to get into it, and because we plant quite close, it'll go through it like wildfire. They call it tulip fire, and it just, turns them to that rotty brown colour on the leaves.
Mate, the place is spectacular. You guys have nailed it again. How many tulips have you got down on the ground? In fact, how many bulbs have you got through the park?
Oh, that's a tough one. But 125,000 tulips.
Yeah.
We also bought about 25,000 hyacinths and daffs and other things. But through the park, it's got to be millions if you're counting the freesias and the babianas and the bluebells and all of those things.
Yeah, and they're scattered throughout the park, so it's encouraging people to travel all the way through.
Yeah, we want people to explore this time, follow the creeks, go into some of the areas where you haven't been before, look at the magnolias, the camellias, and we've actually planted tulips all the way through, so it's a journey of exploration. There
is one thing I want to ask you about, because I've noticed along the edge we've got primulas just bordering the tulips.
Yes.
But the outside edge of them seems to be just a little bit flattened. What's going on there?
You can probably notice they're actually in the shape of a cheek. This is actually from people sitting on the edge to get their photo taken.
And it's all the way along the line.
Yes.
So you have thousands and tens of thousands of people coming through.
Yep, and twice as many cheeks.
Yeah. Across Australia, tulips are in flower now, but these lessons are for anyone to apply next year. Remember, spring flowering bulbs should be planted in autumn for best results. Now, all you have to do is soak up their stunning beauty.